Hello everyone and welcome back to a pick a card reading. Today we are going to find out what you need to focus on for the month of December. So all you have to do is pick one of these three items. We have a deer, a lantern, and a hedgehog. The timestamps will be down in the description box below. Remember, this is a general reading, so it might not resonate for everyone, but I do personal readings, and the links for that will also be down below. So I'll see you in your reading. Hello Group 1 and welcome to your reading. So let us find out what you need to focus on in the month of December. So you got remember who you are and connect with water. Now for some of you this could be that your culture actually comes from a coastal sort of region that you should be connecting with. There is a sort of depth that you may be lacking here, right? Because water also is deep, right? Oceans and seas are deep. There's a depth to you that is missing, that you aren't focusing on, that you aren't working on, which is a huge mistake, because whatever is coming, whether it's a future, global future, or something personal for you, it feels like you should know who you are because it's going to help you in the long run. This shallow society system that we have now is slowly but surely crumbling, and the only things that will continue on is something of quality. So people who are shallow, they won't last long, and that isn't, I'm not saying that to freak anyone out. I'm not saying that you're going to die or anything, but just in the long run, anything that is shallow is going to fade quicker, right, than something that is deep and of quality. And everyone has a depth to them. The only problem is that people are too focused on the surface things, materialism and basically things that have a phase, right? Things that come and go. Those are the things that people tend to focus and rely more on, which is a huge mistake because it's not made to last, right? Eventually it withers away, and then you have to find that new thing that you're about. While people who don't rush, who don't care about the latest fad or what's popular or in season, but that care more about the quality, right? Like, for example, those who make their own quality clothing that will last them years, right? Or even purchase clothing that are made of legit and quality materials. They don't spend too much on clothes, right? Because they save their money, because that clothes tends to last them for many years. While people who, buy into fast fashion, and I'm not here to judge anyone who maybe can't afford anything else. I'm mainly talking about the people who can afford but choose not to, right? So whether that's fast fashion or clothes with cheaper quality material, eventually, like within a year or so, it's going to either fade or rip or break or, be damaged or stained in some way that you can't bring it back to the state that it was, and then you end up spending more money on more clothes, right? Or even people that, let's say, buy quality clothes but only follow what's fashionable, so they end up wearing clothes for that one season, and then once that phase is over, they have all this clothes in their closet that they never wear again because it's not in season anymore, which is a shallow trait, right? Because you're only following something that just comes and goes so quickly. So you need to remember who you are, and you are not what society has made you out to be. You are not the illusion that you have created for yourself or the persona. You are not what you just feel that you are. You are what nature made you. You are intended to be what nature made you to be. How you were in your mother's womb. What you came out as. That is your basic and most natural default state. That is who you are. Some people may be angry at this because of the illusions people create, whether that is, changing their gender, their race, their, all these things, and saying that they are this because they feel this. Well, your feelings aren't always logical. It's just something you feel. Feelings can change. It comes and goes. But what nature made you to be is your natural state, right? When you were a child, you had passions. You wanted to be something when you grew up. And I'm not saying like when you were a toddler or something, but as a child, you were good at certain subjects, right? You were good at certain things. But then as you grew older, you let go of those things in order to maybe find a job that brings you more money, because the thing that you actually wanted to do maybe wouldn't have. But the thing is that that thing you had a drive and passion for, that is your true purpose. Because those things maybe would have changed the world in some way. Your contribution with the passion you had may have made the world look totally different than it is now. So you need to find your depth. For those of you who have grown up in these coastal regions, maybe where there's water around, maybe you need to go back to your roots. Research and talk to family members, to talk more about your traditions and your culture and to connect to it more. You remember that even though this is a focus on what you need to focus on for December, it doesn't have to just be December, right? You could maybe start working on this in December, but it can keep going, through January and stuff. By springtime, which is the real new year, because spring is a time when everything awakens, right? New beginnings. So that is our actual new year. You could find yourself in a totally new outlook, a new way of life, if you actually work on this, right? So let this be like homework to you. Something fun though, right? Because of course homework sounds boring, but this could be something like a fun project, right? To work on yourself, to find out more about your family, to find out more about their culture, their traditions, and not the like, American or Canadian or Australian version of that, but the actual roots, right? So if, for example, you're Italian, right? You want to research the culture and traditions of actual Italians, because a lot of people that spend their lives in first world countries that are, like a mixing pot, their cultures tend to be dimmed down and not what the actual people in the actual countries, like what they, I don't know, what they believe in or what kind of traditions they follow, right? It's a lot more stronger in those actual countries. But it kind of gets mixed or dimmed down, right? It's not as strong in these other places where a lot of other cultures live, because everyone kind of picks up on other people's traditions and cultures and then they just create something of their own. But you need to really look into your true culture and try to connect with it. Try to, find out more about their history, their downfalls, the wars they may have been through, the challenges and struggles, the achievements, right? So not just the bad, but the good also. Like, find out everything you can about your culture. Even if you are mixed and come from 2 or more different cultures, look up a little on whatever is inside of you and see what you connect with the most. Not to say, to choose that just one path, but to appreciate all the cultures that reside within your bloodline. So let's see what else you get here. What is group 4? Okay. So you guys, the story here that I'm sensing is that there is a strength in you that you may not have known exists, right? But the thing is, you may be blinded by the paths that you have ahead of you, and it's up to you to choose which path you go through. One path tends to lead you to struggle and this heavy baggage and burdens in life because of maybe a belief system that isn't your natural belief system, but something that has been built within you due to society, education, certain friends you may have around you, maybe parental or guardian figures, right? Because the things you may think are true and correct may not be. Just because you believe in something doesn't mean it is true, right? Some things are true whether you believe in them or not, and it could be a struggle to come to the conclusion and realization that you may be wrong in some things. But the way we grow is to acknowledge and accept the fact that we were wrong in those areas, and to grow from there, right? To know the truth of what is, and then to move forward. That is the way you grow, right? So rest here can be required, right? And a time of peace, and to sort of not isolate yourself in the sense of, just pushing everyone away, but to sort of spend more time alone with yourself to truly figure out who you are, and to maybe do a lot more research, and to talk to family. Because by doing this work on yourself, to find out who you truly are, and to dig deep and find your depth, and not just live in this shallow, mainstream sort of world, you will have so much more opportunity to fly higher in life, right? To achieve so much more. And the things that you do achieve, even though they take more time and aren't as easy as maybe the job you have now, right? With the quick money, because you work this 9 to 5 or whatever it is. It could take a little longer, but that's why it's going to be of so much quality. It's going to last longer, and not only that, but it's going to make you even happier in the long run. Because what you have going on now is only draining your soul. It's making you unhappy. There are times that maybe you feel so easily irritated by the smallest things, and that is because your soul isn't happy with who you are or what you're doing. Everything is spiritual first, right? But the powers that be, they they inverted everything, they perverted everything, and they made people believe that everything is physical, right? With a spiritual being a question, whether it exists. And that is basically Satanism in itself, perverting everything sacred, right? Focusing on greed, lust, the physical world, when in reality we are beings, spiritual beings that come from a loving source, right? And it doesn't, I'm not saying, God or something, but whatever you believe in, this higher power, an energy sort of source, something that is all around us, that fills every piece of matter, whether it's visible or invisible, right? So we are part of all this creation. But they have dumbed us down to think that the physical is real when it isn't. Remember that what you believe in creates your reality. So this reality is just an illusion. It's been proven that when people as a group meditate towards a certain goal, that alone shifts reality and manifests this thing, right? This is why I think a lot of times they have conditioned us to believe about the end of the world. They're trying to get everyone to believe in this in order for it to manifest, because they want more catastrophes and more wars and, just to keep us in a fear state. The more fear we have, that's what tends to fuel them. That's basically their energy source, right? Also, if you've noticed, the concerts lately that people go to are so demonic and satanic in nature. It's because they do this now in the open because of how desperate they are, and because they know that no one will push against this, right? So they tend to use the collective energy of everyone that attends a concert in order to fuel their agenda and to manifest whatever the ritual is on stage, right? So they're using your spiritual energy for something so dark and sinister. That's why you have to be careful what you look at, right? What you hear, the music you listen to, the visuals you see, the type of movies maybe you watch. All of this tends to affect your your psychology, your mentality, your spirituality. It all affects, and it desensitizes you. It desensitizes you to the point where you aren't shocked by things you should be shocked by. And that's their goal, right? So try to work on this in December, right? Don't use these tarot readings just as some information that you listen to, every day or every week, every month, but then don't do anything about it, right? Some of us are here to try to help you to uncover your true potential, to help you gain clarity in order to be your best self, to live your best life. So really try to work on this. So your advice is let go. Enjoy the pulsing light of the firefly, but don't hold on too tight. So remember that everything that is of value, that is of honesty, integrity, don't try to possess it, right? If you see a beautiful flower outside, don't pick it, right? If you truly love something, you're not going to want to have it die or to destroy it. You want it to thrive, right? So if you want something to thrive, to be of quality, then you need to work on it. It needs to take time. It needs to it needs to, have its own space to exist in, right? So you need to let go of this need to control or need to possess, right? Because that isn't love. Love isn't about possession. It's not about being territorial. Of course, you need to fight for what is, what you love and what you truly believe in, but question everything, right? Because like I said from the beginning, your belief sometimes may not be true. It may be that you were influenced by sources that either believed in a lie themselves or had the agenda to push a lie in order for people to believe in it, right? So you need to question everything, but release that need to control, right? So I'm getting a feeling that some people need to also let go of the hurt and the baggage um, that you keep attached to yourself, because that in itself is tending to drown you. So I really hope that you guys really work on this, because the more people work on themselves and truly get to their own depth and not this shallowness that they have been living in, your relationships, your friendships are going to be so much deeper, because it's not just going to be about, the daily small talk. It's going to be, the conversations are going to be so much deeper. It's going to be about, dreams and purposes and life and, so much more that will help you connect with someone on such a greater scale. A scale that you may not ever have connected to before, or felt before. Love isn't just going to be about, you holding the hand of your partner. It's going to be that while you're holding their hand, you feel their soul. You feel their heartbeat. When you look at, your partner from across the room and they look at you, right? Their eyes meet with yours. No matter how far away you are going to sense what they're feeling just by looking at them. The look they give you. You will know what they want or what they feel in that moment. And yes, that is possible. We all have the capability to do that. But you can't do that if you're living on a shallow level. So remember who you are and work on that. So for you guys, you got the friendship ring, and it says best friends forever. So by doing the work, you're going to form very strong bonds. And even the bonds you have, if the people don't leave, because once your energy and your frequency start to increase on a higher level, there may be people that walk away from you because their shallow energy cannot handle the depth and the intensity of your higher frequency energy, okay? So you may lose people because of that. But what you gain is going to be a lot more stronger and of quality. So if you do have friendships that tend to stay, they will deepen with time, okay? Because maybe some people have waited for you to vibe on a higher frequency, okay? So that is all I have for you, Group 1. Remember, this is a general reading, but if you do want a personal one, the link is down in the description box below. Like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe in order to be updated on all the latest tarot readings as well as my art time-lapse videos and stuff. And comment below and tell me what you think or any suggestions that you may have. So we'll see you guys in the next one. Hello group 2 and welcome to your reading. So let us see what you need to focus on in the month of December. Embrace your inner gypsy and enjoy music. So you guys, maybe you have been working really hard. Some of you may be workaholics, but it seems that for you, December is all about having fun. And maybe for some, if you have been maybe wanting to get into music, like professionally or anything like that, this may be a calling to you that this is the time to practice or to, take that course or, go to school for music or, maybe start DJing or, even if people, for those of you who are good dancers and thought about maybe creating a channel, just showcasing your dancing or anything like that, this may be even a calling for you, right? But December seems to be all about music, right? Because in order to dance, you do need music. I feel like this is also a time when you need to start going going back to your passion, right? Because music and dance, people don't do that just out of, like boredom or laziness, or, they do that because of a passion, right? They're passionate in it. They love to dance. They love to play music, create music, right? It's a passion. So it feels like you're being called to truly get into what you're passionate about. This is a calling in order, for you to make that passion surface inside of you. Maybe you let it go because, you needed to be more serious in life. You need to make money, or you needed to be more responsible, right? So you left your childhood passions behind. But this is a calling that you need to get back into it. There's something about your passion that could change the outcome of your life, that could make you even happier, to awaken that inner child within you, maybe even heal some things inside of you, right? Because anything creative and the things we're passionate about, it tends to make us calm, it tends to make us happier, right? So you're healing the broken parts inside of you, you're mending your heart back together just by participating in something you're passionate about. It also feels like a sense of just, letting go and being in the moment, right? Because when you're playing music or dancing, you're not thinking about yesterday, not thinking about tomorrow. You're in that present moment enjoying yourself. And I think that's what a lot of people should focus on, just being in the present moment. Because by doing that, you are focusing on a now, which creates like a deeper vibe of whatever you're doing, right? Because if you're going on autopilot constantly, like, have you ever had that moment when you were on autopilot and then once you like snapped out of it, you can't even remember, wait, like, how did I get here? Or wait, did I do this and this? Did I skip a step or did I do this, right? Basically, being on autopilot, it sort of tends to almost make you go through life in a trance-like state, right? And then it's as if you're skipping a chunk of, your life, because you're not focusing on what you're even doing. But being in that present moment and truly acknowledging it and focusing on it and being part of it, and just, it creates beautiful memories, right? It's so much more richer, it's so much more lively, right? You're alive in that moment. You're not this robot that just goes and goes, right? You're alive in that moment. You're participating in something, and you can even appreciate that moment even more, right? Just by observing what's around you, partaking in it, and, just freeing yourself from the worry, the stress of that everyday life. So you need to let loose a little. You need to be in that moment and breathe more, right? Have fun more. Let your hair loose. Especially now that the holidays are coming, it feels like, the stress tends to get everyone around this time because they do last minute shopping, or maybe they worry about whether they'll have that bonus at work, or, but you need to stop worrying about that. Things won't always stay the same, so you need to create memories and enjoy life as often as you can, because things will always change. Maybe, some of you put off seeing your friends for so much because you have to, work, you have to focus on work, work, work. But then what if some of those friends move and you never see them again? And then you regret, like, oh my gosh, why didn't I spend more time with them? I could have did this and that, and we could have gone there and created these memories, but it's too late. Try to have more fun. Try to enjoy what you have, right? Don't stop thinking about what you lack. Focus on what you do have, what you have achieved so far, right? And work from there. But try to unleash that passion. Whatever it is that you're passionate about, that you have been passionate about, but maybe had doubts trying, or were scared to try because you think you'll fail at it, who cares, right? Try to unleash that inner child that wasn't scared to try new things, or to even attempt at doing creating a passion, right? So letting go, letting loose, and just being in that moment is what you need to focus on in the month of December. It feels like some of you may not know where to start, right? Maybe this is a big ask for you because maybe you're workaholics, or you haven't even attempted to partake in that passion of yours for who knows how many years, and you're scared of getting back into it. But you just need to breathe, okay? It's not that difficult. It's not rocket science. Just go for it, right? It doesn't have to be that challenging. Don't overthink it. With the Magician card, it feels like you guys are masters at this. You know what it is you want. You know what it is you have to do. You know the steps. It's maybe even rooted deep in you. You just need to stop being afraid. This could be a turning point for you. It could make your beliefs of what it is you had to do, or the things you have been doing, it could make you feel like it's pointless to go on doing that, because now that you have been getting back into your passions, you will start to feel like maybe that passion is what you're meant to do. So it's going to feel like a grieving process, possibly, like mentally, right? Where you'll have to maybe let go of things that you work so hard for. But by doing that, you're basically being honest with yourself, what it is you want to do, what it is you're truly good at. Because chasing money all the time, it's like, sure, we need money in order, money is just a tool. It's like stupid when people say they need money. It's not money you need, it's the things that money can give you that you need, right? Because just having money, let's say if money had no value, right? Is it money that you're going to want? Just basically paper with like dead presidents on them? Is that what your goal is? No. It's the things that money can buy you, right? So it's not money you want, it's those things, right? So money is just a tool. So I get that we work for that in order to buy the things we need, but most people, it's never enough for them, right? Because even if they're making money, they want more money. And then when they start getting more money, they want even more money. And it's like, yeah, but when will it satisfy you? And you can't take money with you when you die. You can't take your diploma when you die. You can't take your huge house or your fancy clothes or your fancy meals. You can't take any of that with you, right? So enjoy what you have, but the things that you can take with you and that you can't take to lives after this one is your consciousness, your memories, right? What were you good at? How did you make other people feel? How did other people make you feel? All of those things you take with you. So whatever fills your consciousness, your soul, those are the things you take with you. So you need to prioritize what it is you truly want. Is it just to chase money this whole life, to pay bills and taxes and, or is it to truly live, to experience, to be happy, to laugh, to dance, to be in a moment, and create these memories with the people you love so that while they're still here, while you're still here, to make the best of it. You need to make a choice. And it doesn't have to be scary, it doesn't have to be, so final, so, this is it, it's this, or nothing, or, it doesn't have to be that scary. Work on your passions little by little every single day, and then see where it takes you. See what you really want to do. What advice do you have? What advice do you have? Okay, so you guys, you got the trust card. The robin trusts her wings, not the branch she sits on. So basically, when a bird sits on a tree, right, it doesn't trust that the branch will, help it sit there, right? And that the branch won't break. It trusts its wings. So even if something happens, that bird trusts that it can fly away, right? It can go on a different branch. So that's what you need to do here. You need to trust your ability to adapt. You need to trust your ability to make things okay if a struggle comes to you, right? You can't trust that life is going to be okay. You can't trust that you can depend on other people because sometimes maybe they won't be in your city. Maybe they'll be on holiday while you're facing a struggle, right? Maybe they'll be at work and they won't be able to help you. Or, maybe they just won't have the means or the skills or the knowledge to help you with something, right? So you need to trust yourself. You need to trust that if things go down, that you are the one who can go through it, right? You need to trust yourself. And maybe, some people, let's say that they're workaholics, they think, maybe I'm wasting my time going out dancing or having fun or working on music or my passions, right? I'm wasting my time because that time could be spent on my work so I can finish it faster or make it better. And it's like, yeah, but you need to trust that to let your hair down and to have some fun is going to make your mind more sharp and focused. So maybe when you do your work, you're going to be more focused on it, And maybe you'll find the solution way better for a problem that you're having at work, right? So trust, that is the big thing here. You need to trust yourself. You need to trust the process. You need to trust life also, like not life, but like the universe. You need to just trust that you, as the universe, has your back, right? You have your own back. But I do recommend that you work on this passion of yours, because it's going to make you a lot happier. And you don't have to, automatically quit your job because of it. You could, spend an hour working on it. Whenever you have free time, work on it little by little and see how it goes. Maybe you create these beautiful creations and you thought about, selling them on Etsy or wherever, but you've been afraid, or, something was holding you back. Just work on it. Don't be scared. You have this one shot, like Eminem said, one shot, one opportunity to seize whatever, you wanted. Just take it. Take that opportunity. And maybe with time, you'll be able to quit that, hustle and bustle type of job in order to do something calm and meaningful, and, something that will create a deeper connection with your soul self. Okay, so music, dance, being in a moment, that's what December wants you to focus on. And you guys got star and heart, or heart star. So yeah, basically anything that you're passionate about, music, dance in general, it's all creativity, right? So that is linked to your heart. When you're passionate about something, it's something that comes from the heart, right? It's love, it's passion, right? So the star here could mean a blessing in disguise, right? It could be, like wishing on a star. So also healing, perhaps, right? Because the star card in tarot tends to also talk about a healing of sorts. So maybe a healing of the heart through this passion, through this this fun and this, going maybe out a little and just enjoying yourself, right? Being in the moment. That is going to be healing for you. It's going to be healing for your heart, and you're going to be able to connect with yourself and life on such a deeper level. So I wish you guys luck, and please do the work. Try to be happy with what you got, be grateful, and be in the moment. I really hope it works out for you, and that you get to deepen that bond with yourself and with life in general. So that's all I have for you guys today. Do remember that I do personal readings, so the link for that will be down in the description box below. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Comment, tell me if you have any suggestions or what you thought, how it resonated with you, and subscribe in order to be updated with all the latest tarot readings, as well as my art time lapses and things like that. So I'll see you guys next time. Hello group 3, and welcome to your reading. So let's see what you need to focus on in the month of December. Reconnect with Mother Earth, back to the basics. Okay. So here it feels like there has been a lot of clutter that has built up inside of you throughout the years. It's like a clutter of, maybe things that happened in the past, certain beliefs, news news, media, entertainment, like all these things have cluttered you so much that it's buried that connection you had or once had with life or with certain people, and here for the month of December and onward, right? Because this is something you need to work on December, but something that then should be maintained throughout your life. And that is to go back to the basics, right? Starting fresh. Maybe even purging things from your home, things from your life, things you don't need anymore, right? Starting fresh is basically, you don't have to go from, having nothing, but just removing things that either don't resonate with you, that don't fit you anymore, that don't fit with your vibe or style anymore, right? Because we tend to evolve and grow year by year. So if you have certain items of clothing or, home decor or things like that that you once liked, and you still have those in your home, but now your style has changed and you evolved and grew up from that, what's the point of having it, right? It's only clutter. Here also, it's talking about simplifying your life. Maybe there's not just clutter, but way too much stuff, right? You collected or hoarded, or, there's just so much. Maybe your closet is just full of crap instead of, having it all nicely organized and things like that. So it's about simplifying, going back to the basics, refreshing your mind from everything, right? And the way to do that, the best way to do that, is to go into nature. Nature is cleansing. It is our true home, right? Everything we need comes from nature, whether it's medicine, whether it's food. I'm not talking about medicine like that people created in labs. I'm talking about true, real medicine, roots, herbs, all these things that actually do wonders for our bodies, right? Everything can be found in nature. Even our homes once were nature, right? Caves. People still now live in like tree houses and, in jungles and things like that. So even though for the northern hemisphere it's getting really cold now, try to find the time, maybe bundle up like more, or find those certain days when it's sunny and not as cold outside, and just go for a walk, right? Sit somewhere in a park bench and just observe nature, allow it to heal your sanity, your psyche, right? Your mind. Allow it to heal that by just observing it. Don't judge it, don't overthink it. Just sit somewhere and just observe. Breathe. Allow it to cleanse you from the inside out. Okay? And maybe while you're sitting there, think of a plan of, purging things from your home, things you don't need anymore. Organizing things better. That way, now that, the new year is coming in springtime, since, spring is the beginning, it's the time where nature awakens, right? So technically that is the new year. So try to work on this throughout the winter season, so that in the springtime you have a home that is organized, that is clean. Maybe rearrange your furniture to make it feel like it's a totally new room, right? So do what you need to do in order to create this beautiful sanctuary that fits your style and your vibe currently. So let's see what else you get. So there are choices here. There are choices you need to make. I feel like there are bridges you need to burn. Um, just letting go. Letting go of so much control in your life. But staying focused on priorities, right? Because when you prioritize things, then you function better, right? If things are pulling you left and right constantly, you have no idea what to do, where to go, like, and then you end up not doing anything, right? For creatives like myself, sometimes there are like 5 different things in one moment that is pulling at me in every direction, and it's not even the same medium. Sometimes, it's like I want to maybe start a digital painting, a photo manipulation. I want to create, something handmade. Maybe I want to, there's just so much that I want to do in that one moment. And then when I think, okay, maybe I'll do this, but no, that's not it. You start second guessing what it is you truly want. I end up losing hours not doing anything because all these areas are pulling at me in one time, right? So you need to prioritize what it is you want for yourself, okay? There's potential for growth here, financial growth, but the thing is that your life may seem or look or is quite messy at this time, right? Whether it is physically, right? If your home is just like chaotic and there's like 5 different styles in there and nothing seems to go with each other, but you've been collecting this, and you need to really hone down on what it is, what kind of home you want to live in, right? You need to simplify things. You need to get rid of things that have no value for you anymore, that don't vibe with your frequency anymore, right? So sure, you can maybe have like a little memory box of things that you want to remember and still have, but that doesn't have to be around cluttered in all these different areas, right? So take the winter time to, little by little. You don't have to do it all in one day, right? Take, let's say, one room at a time, or even one room at a week if you have to, just to sort of go through everything, every drawer, every shelf, every closet, whatever you have, just go through everything little by little, right? So maybe maybe the first mission is to just look through everything, get rid of what you don't need. And then maybe after a few days, once you do that, then take everything out and then rearrange it where everything needs to go, right? Make it look nice, make it look organized, welcoming, and like your own little sanctuary where you can feel at home and at peace, right? Our homes shouldn't feel or look cluttered. They should make us feel like we're in a peaceful state. And usually, typically, our homes, or rather even our just bedrooms, tend to match our mind. So if you have a very cluttered bedroom or home, it's possible that it's actually your mind that is way too cluttered, right? So again, go back into nature, right? Go back to the basics and start fresh. Start breathing and really connecting. There seems to be a lot of juggling or choices that you have to make here, but it feels like if you do the work and if you're determined and truly focused on this, that you could come out of this whole, right? Truly knowing yourself and what it is you want, right? Just look how the Queen of Pentacles, right? How she looks, well adjusted, as if she knows who she is, what she wants. She dresses nice. This eventually leads to this sort of, persona and characteristics, right? Because if you simplify your life, and if you have only the things that truly vibe with you, then you'll get to live a more functioning life. Because clutter doesn't make you function, it just makes you exist, and it can be irritating. So let's see what your advice is. Retreat. Spoil yourself in the morning mist. Breathe in the eucalyptus trees, berries, and wattle. So this is calling you to maybe go on a retreat. If you do have the means, go somewhere, go to a nice cottage where there, maybe in some mountain, and it doesn't have to just be you, right? Get like maybe a few friends and just, split the costs and just enjoy nature. Make it a mission for all of you to just enjoy nature, not to party and, go crazy, but to actually, meditate, to sit or, sit outside somewhere on a porch, with a blanket, with some hot cocoa, just looking out into the snow or, the forest or whatever you have around you. And just step away for a while and just, rethink your priorities, rethink everything, and just where it is you want to be, what it is you want to have, what you want your life to look like. Right? So retreat here is necessary in order to sort of refresh and maybe remove yourself from your usual environment and put yourself somewhere new, so that you can have like a fresh perspective of what it is you want for yourself. Okay, so group 3, you got a star and the letter M. So maybe a wish fulfillment by doing this work. M could be a potential of even money, right? Because if you know what you want, you prioritize your life, you'll have more sharper focus, and you'll be able to maybe do your work better because you're going home to a clean, organized environment, right? Maybe by getting rid of certain, just distancing yourself from certain friends that were toxic in your life will also make you more sharper, more focused. Also remember that if you're trying to manifest and attract things in your life, and your life is just cluttered with toxic people, crap inside your home, negative thoughts, right? You're not going to manifest or attract anything good. Because energy attracts like energy. And if you already filled your cup with a shit ton of bad energy and bad people and clutter, nothing else can fill that cup. And the only thing that can surround that cup is the same energy that you already filled your life with. Okay? So purging is mandatory. It's something people should need to do at least once, once a year, usually springtime, right? So whatever doesn't fit your frequency, fit your vibe, distance yourself from it. If it is junk in your home, sell it, donate it, throw it out, whatever it is. Just don't keep it around you if it does not vibe with who you are right now. Okay? M can also can be an initial, someone's first name. Maybe this is calling out to someone, right? This reading that starts with the letter M. Maybe it could also be a W. This could also be M for magnet, right? Stars, they tend to, people look up at the stars. Celebrities that are called stars, right? They attract, right? M could be a magnet, so it could be that you could attract something amazing if you do the work, right? Like I told, I believe, group 1, don't just listen to tarot readings and then click off and then go through your life as everything's the same. Do the work. Like nothing can be bad or time wasted by actually doing what I'm telling you here, right? Because purging, like spring cleaning, me personally, I do purging twice a year during spring and autumn. That way, in autumn, I purge, you know, and clean well everything from the hot months, and in springtime, I purge and clean well everything, from the cold months, because cold months tend to be very, sleepy, drowsy, calm, and you want to shake things up. So of course you do the thorough cleaning during springtime. And because spring and summer tend to be so energetic and vibrant, right? In the fall, you want to thoroughly clean everything and go through a purging in order to welcome the calmer seasons, right? So if that's too much for you, at least once a year. But, there's nothing negative that, can come out of taking this advice, because this is only about your health, right? Another thing is cleaning and getting rid of things is also psychological, because you're basically cleansing your mind through this action. That's why cleaning is important. People think that, women should only do the cleaning, but that's not true. Everyone should do cleaning, because it helps your mind cleanse. It's like Tetris. You're basically putting things back where they belong, getting rid of things, organizing, and then it sort of helps clear your own mind. Okay? So that's all I have for you, Group 3. If you enjoy this, please leave a like, comment, and tell me what you thought, or if you have any suggestions. And don't forget to subscribe and be updated with all my current readings as well as my art stuff. So I'll see you guys next time.